Hey, what up YouTube? D4G here, coming banging out another video. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about EDT concentrations versus EDP concentrations. We're going to go over the difference between both of them. That way you kind of have an idea of which one would be best for you. And should you buy a fragrance right away when it comes out with an EDT? Or should you just wait for the EDP concentration to come out? Stay tuned. Before we even get started, I do have a goal. I'm trying to reach 200 subscribers. Hey, I need y'all to help me, help me, man. Hey, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You've been here for more than 2 football videos, 2 fragrance videos, 2 lifestyle vlogs. We just ask you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and support the channel. We greatly appreciate it, man. Thank you. If you like talking shit while smelling good, we got you covered over here on this side of YouTube, man. All right, so first, before we even get started, let's figure out what EDT is. EDT is Eau De Toilette, and then EDP is Eau De Parfum. So we have the Eau De Toilette, EDT, and then we have the Eau De Parfum in the EDP. Now, one thing about the EDT, when they're making it, it's rare that an EDT has more than 15% oil fragrance oil, the base of it. Most of the time, the EDT is anywhere between 5 to 15% fragrance oil, and the rest of it is a little bit of alcohol. That's why sometimes when you're smelling those EDT concentrations, you have those harsher openings. You have those openings where you have a lot more alcohol concentration coming out, and it's rough on the nose. It's harder to enjoy that one. Whereas the EDP, it's a lot smoother, it's a lot calmer, it's a lot nicer to wear on your skin. So just know with the EDT, 5 to about 15% fragrance oil. With the EDP, you're normally getting anywhere from about 10 to 25. So the fragrance oil that you're getting in the EDP is a lot more concentrated there. The second thing you need to be aware of with EDT versus EDP, EDTs normally, because they have a lower concentration base of oil, they normally only last about 4 to maybe 6 hours. You might be able to get some good ones that last about 6 hours. Like for me, one of the ones that I like to use that I know I get good projection on, and this is EDT, is Phantom, Paco Rabanne's Phantom. Now, for me, I do get about a good 7 to 8 hours of this, and they haven't released the EDP concentration yet. This is the first one. But I can tell you right now, when I smelt it, I knew that it was something that I wanted to have. I had to have it just because of the DNA profile, how it smelled in the air. I also was able to get a sample of it, so I was able to wear it for a little bit, and I knew that it matched what I had on. So it helps that when you looking at EDTs, you first just smell it. If you can get a sample, get you a sample and see if it works for you, because then you will have a deeper understanding of how it performs and how the chemistry is with your skin. Whereas when you have an EDP concentration, EDP concentrations are known to last about 8 hours plus. I'm not going to make it seem like it's 12 hours, but normally with an EDP concentration, you will get anywhere from around 8 to about 9-ish, 10-ish hours, around that range, which is almost double what you get with the EDT concentration. So think about it like this. EDT concentration is already 5 to 10% oil. EDP concentration is around 10 to 20. You also get better longevity and projection with the EDP. You're getting about 8 to 9 hours with the EDP, and you're getting about 4 to 6 hours with the EDT. One of the things that I like to think about when my pops put me on this, when he was, put me on fragrances and things like that, one of the things that he always kind of got in my head, and it stuck with me very prevalent, was that when you think of an EDT concentration, he said, think of it like toilet. I don't have to go no deeper than that. Eau De Toilette. I don't have to go no deeper than that. That should say it right there. Whereas when you see an EDP concentration, it's Eau De Performance, because you're getting greater performance, greater projection, greater longevity. Like, what more do you want out of a good fragrance? So just think about it like that. EDT, Eau De Toilette, EDP, Eau De Performance. You're getting a greater performance with the EDP concentration. Another thing that you have to think about with the EDT versus the EDP, EDT concentrations have a much harsher opening. I have 2 fragrances right here. I have Mont Blanc Legend, the EDT concentration, and I also have Mont Blanc Legend, the EDP concentration. And personally, I do love the EDP concentration. If I would have gotten this one first, I would not have gotten this one. Now, just so we can kind of get a smell. I know y'all can't smell it, but I want to smell it a little bit just so I can kind of, yeah, it's a little bit harsher, a little bit more synthetic, and this is the EDT concentration. Silver cap EDT concentration. A little bit harsher opening. I need to let the alcohol dry down a little bit. It smells great. Don't get it twisted. It still smells good, but it just has a little bit harsher opening. So with this one, you're definitely going to enjoy the dry down a lot more than you would the actual opening when you initially spray it. Now, let's try this EDP concentration. I'm telling y'all, man, this shit right here is beautiful. Gold cap. You already know what it is when you see this. You see that right there? Hey, you know you're getting the thing. Oh yeah, I don't even gotta spray it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Let that sit for a second. Let that sit for a second. Bruh, bergamot in this is so strong in the initial open. Yeah, man, it's like same fragrance, just with the EDP, you just get a little bit more, it's smoother. It's smoother, and you can honestly, when you smell the EDT versus the EDP, you can smell the oil that's in it and how it's a deeper concentration. You can tell that you're getting more higher quality oils in an EDP than you can in EDT. Yeah, bro, I'm telling you right now, that EDP is the truth, man. And it's not like that. It's like that with a lot of fragrances. I can take Versace Euros versus Versace Euros EDP. I can take Sauvage. I don't have the Sauvage Eau De Toilette because I prefer the Sauvage Eau De Parfum. And when you're already looking at certain fragrances, you gotta understand the price point as well. The price point for an EDT Sauvage is like around 90 bucks maybe on fragrance discounters, whereas the EDP closer to 120. But the higher concentration of oil, it'll last you longer because you're using less spray. So you have to think about that when you're getting your fragrances together. You have to think, okay, do I just want to go ahead and get both the EDT and the EDP? I'm not against that at all. If you can do it by all means. But one of the lessons that I had to learn when I'm getting into fragrances is that I can't just get both. I can get the EDT and EDP if I really like the fragrance. But with certain fragrances, I've learned that no, it's just better off to just get the EDP. Even with Versace Euros, I only have the EDP. I don't have the EDT. Now they did just come out with a Parfum edition, and once I get my nose on that, I'll know if that's something that I might want to dig into. But as far as the EDP and EDT concentration, the EDP on Versace Euros is more of my flavor, it's more of my taste, man. The apple is a lot richer in this. Like, it's a great fragrance to have. And now, even as I smell these two fragrances on my hand, I can tell that the EDT, the bergamot is now coming out in it. I'm able to smell the bergamot a lot more. Whereas with the EDP, I was already smelling it. And now it's taking into the dry down phase and hitting other notes, hitting other parts of the note a lot quicker. And that's what you want. You don't want a fragrance that takes 10 minutes to hit that dry down and all that good stuff. You want something that once it hits your skin, it's there, you know it's there, and you know you're gonna rock with it. So I do hope that helped y'all figure out, you know, which fragrance, especially if you're new into fragrances, which one you would prefer, which one to get, and not just try to get a big mass collection. Just get what works for you, get what you can afford, get what works for you, and get what you enjoy. Don't just try to collect all these different fragrances just because they have different flankers of each one. Get you the one that works best for you in the situation that you want to create. Because even if I go back to these two, Mont Blanc Legend versus Legend Eau De Parfum, this one I would even wear on date nights. Like, I wear this on date nights. These are both year-round fragrances, but this one I wear on date nights occasionally. Eau De Toilette, this is something that I'm more so wearing if it's just personal and I'm just walking around. I wouldn't want to wear this on a date night, just because if I'm going to choose between the Eau De Toilette and the Eau De Parfum, I know that I'm getting I'm getting a greater performance, higher concentration of oil, and it's gonna do what I needed to do. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do. We try to do something for something. So if you try and do that, you most likely gonna want the Eau De Parfum and not the Eau De Toilette. So I do hope that helps you guys understand and help you guys know which fragrance or which concentration would better work for you and what you're trying to accomplish. Again, always think about your budget. You know, don't just try to dive into it. If you want to save up a little bit more, do that. But smell both of them first. They all gonna have similar DNA, but you do want to figure out which one works for your nose, which one works for your scent, which one works for the situation that you're trying to perform the best in. Hey, with all that being said, I hope y'all got a lot out of that, man. I truly appreciate it if y'all stayed in through this whole time. Hey, with all that being said, man, y'all have a blessed day, man. Stay up. Truly blessed, destined for greatness. Hey, we out.